And there we go, everyone. We are back again for another fantastic conversation on Friday Night Counter Attack. We are 1 week away from the European Championship starting in Germany. At the time of recording, I am absolutely annoyed at the fact that Gareth Southgate has left out so many key players for England. Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire, Jared Branthwaite. It's looking very, very worrying for England to see if we can actually win this tournament. It's not coming home. I'm predicting it here first as well. And with this podcast, with this conversation, it's going to be very, very enjoyable because we're going to go through every single team at the European Championships and we're going to preview and we're going to predict who's going to be their best player for the tournament. And I say we, it's not our usual co-host today. I've had to go all the way to Germany to find someone who's very, very special because she's been so prominent in football media for nearly 10 years now, from my knowledge as well. So without further ado, I've got to introduce my co-host for the day and probably someone who'd make a much better host than I would on Friday Night Counter Attack because she can speak multiple languages as well. Caroline Labez. Is it Labez or Labez? Did I pronounce your name right?
You tried very well. Well, thank you, first of all, for this very, very nice introduction.
You're welcome.
In Germany, I say Caroline Labes, but Caroline and Labes is
Carolina Labez.
yes, yes.
Carol.
So we pronounce it just very German. So, but
I'll try and that's what I'm trying to improve as well, trying to improve my authentic pronunciations because so it's not Caroline Labez, it's Caroline Labez.
Labes, yes, but it's
Labez.
fine.
Labez.
Yeah.
Caroline Labez. Don't worry, we're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out, which would be good fun. But no, with our show today, Caroline, I just got to say thank you very much for joining us today. Caroline has had some incredible moments in her career, and she's currently doing absolutely incredible in the world of German football media as well. So, Caroline, before we get in, sorry, I did it again. Caroline,
You
Caroline.
can say Caroline. You can say Caroline. It's fine. Yes.
I'll stick.
Don't
I'll try.
worry.
Caroline. Is Caroline okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Caroline. So, Carol, this isn't going to be edited out, by the way. This is what will make it so funny. So, Caroline, why don't you tell the audience a bit more than I have about what you're doing right now, how you become so prominent in football media in Germany as well, because you've had a really stellar career so far, and you're only just beginning from what I'm seeing.
Well, thank you so much for telling me that I'm having such a great and big career. Um, it's not as big. I think it's a fine. I'm doing good. Yeah, like you already said, I work for One Football. I presented the One Football show for about 1 year. And I'm working already like 6, 7 years, I guess, for Berlin television. Yeah, and we're obviously in Germany or in this work. We are talking a lot about the Berlin, Brandenburg. Brandenburg is the country around Berlin.
Yes.
We're talking about a lot of sports in this area. So my teams I know a lot about are obviously Hertha BSC and Union Berlin. You guys probably know Union Berlin from the last Champions League season.
I know more of Hertha Berlin because I went to Germany. I went to Berlin once to watch Hertha Berlin versus Bayer Leverkusen. I probably
Oh,
should
when
have.
Hertha was still in the
It,
first league.
yeah.
Yes,
So it was a
yes, in the
2-2
Bundesliga.
draw, and I was sitting with the Bayer Leverkusen fans, and they won't like me for wearing a Borussia Dortmund shirt today because my Leverkusen shirt, I can't find it. I should have worn it today. God damn it. But no, yeah, I'm more familiar with Hertha Berlin because they had some really good players over the years. But like you said, they were no longer in the top flight of the Bundesliga 2, I believe. And Union Berlin, they had an incredible Champions League run because for me, when I saw the Olympic Stadium all in red, that looked so cool to me. It was a really cool experience seeing them in the Champions League. They weren't playing at their usual home as well. And for me, I thought it was really exciting to see them play against Real Madrid, Napoli, Braga in the group stages.
Yes,
What was that like for
yes.
you?
I went against Napoli in the Olympic Stadium.
Nice.
Obviously, all of them were sold out, and um, yeah, for me, it was incredible to see so many Union Berlin fans because obviously in general in the Stadion an der Alten Försterei, how it's called, it's so much smaller. In their stadium, it's like about a capacity about, I'm not sure, I guess 22,000, and in the Olympic Stadium it's about 72,000. So to see so many Union Berlin fans in this stadium, it was very interesting, and it was a goosebump moment, obviously. But I think a lot of Hertha BSC fans didn't like to see this, because obviously they're rivals, and seeing so many rivals in their own stadium, and in seeing the Olympic Stadium in red and not in blue, I guess it hurt them a lot. But
I can imagine.
Yeah. And the games, I guess, they did very well. I mean, at the end, they lost a lot of them, but they presented themselves very good. I think they had very good and very close. How do you say it? Close games, right?
Close games.
Yeah. They were like to grab a point from Real Madrid. They were close to grab a point against Napoli.
Jude Bellingham, what's he like? Hey, always scoring in the last minute.
Yes, and it was obviously so much hurting then, for the Union fans. But at the end, they are very down to earth, and they said we had we had some years very over the top, because they just got to the Bundesliga like 5 years ago, I guess.
Yes.
And it was always just the way up for them. And they are like down to earth, like we know where we come from. We had very great years right now, and the Champions League year and the group stage was amazing. But now we have to concentrate on the league, because they were fighting till the last day, game day, to stay in the Bundesliga, because the last season was very hard for them, and they did not play that well in the Bundesliga. And but at the end, I think they had a great experience in Champions League, and now they have to, get organized and maybe calm down a little bit.
Continue to build as well, because they didn't have a big squad at the same time to compete in the Champions League, the DFB Pokal, and the Bundesliga as well.
Yes. Yeah. They got really good players. I mean, they got Robin Gosens from Inter Milan.
Yes, Inter Milan. Yes.
Yeah, Inter Milan.
German international.
They got Bonucci, but that totally did not work out.
He only wanted to play for Champions League. He left it after a while, didn't he? So he only wanted to play in Champions League.
And he was not fine with his role, in this team, I guess, because he was
back
obviously
five, wasn't it? And it was one of the three defenders.
Yeah, he did not play that much, and when he played, he also had some mistakes.
Yes.
Then they got Kevin Volland. They got big players. They got Fofana from Chelsea, I guess, on loan.
Yes. Fofana was on Chelsea at loan to Union Berlin, then he went to Burnley on loan. And you had Becker as well, who was also a good striker.
Yeah, so they really tried to get a new good squad for the Champions League, but they lost a little bit their way, from the last years with doing this. Obviously, you have to do things like they did when you play Champions League, but they lost a little bit their way. So let's see how they do this summer with all the new transfers, and and then what they're doing next season.
Absolutely, it'll be fantastic to see, because in Berlin at the Olympic Stadium as well, you've got Spain versus Croatia, you've got Poland versus Austria, Netherlands versus Austria, then you've got the round of 16 one game, then you've got one quarter final there, and then of course you've got the final
and
as well.
Of course the final. Yes.
Are you going to the final?
Not yet. Let's see if I
Fingers crossed.
I try. Yeah, fingers crossed.
It'll be fun. No, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for going through your detailed career path so far as well, Caroline. It's going to be absolutely incredible to see how much you're going to continue to grow, especially after our home tournament at the European Championship. So it's going to be very fun to see it continue blossom. So long may it continue, which would be fantastic. Right then, now we're on to the show. The main part of the show. This is where it gets a very, very enjoyable, but also difficult because now we've got to basically show to the audience that we actually know football. We actually know football as well, because now we've got to go through every single team at the European Championships and we've got to discuss who the best player from each team will be as well. I've done my research. I know you've done your research, and I
Me
know
too, yeah. But
definitely,
it's gonna be hard in some teams, I
absolutely.
think. Yeah.
Definitely, it will be fantastic. Right then, we can't not start with Group A, and we definitely can't not start with Germany. So for me, how it's going to work is basically how we'll do it to make it a bit more fun. I think, Caroline, we'll go. I'll say one, two, three, and then we both say the name of the player that we think is the best player. Because first of all, it'll be fun
Oh,
listening back, and it'll be fun
okay,
to see.
okay. But then let's give me 1 second, because for Germany, I'm not sure because I have four, and I'm
That's
thinking. Okay, yeah, I have one.
that's
Okay.
fine. Right. Let's begin. So, this is the best player from every single team in the European Championship, starting from Group A to Group F, with my friend Caroline
Oh, so
Labez.
you want from every team
Every team. We go through every
right now.
team.
So for the whole tournament, the first one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I have to think again. I thought you wanted to start with Germany.
We're doing Germany first, and then we're going to go Germany, then Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland. So we're going to do
Yeah.
everyone, and then we'll go to
But
Group B.
now you want to start with the best player from the whole tournament.
No, 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 no. I'm
No,
just,
from Germany.
yeah, I was just introducing it, so it looks good on
Okay,
social media.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Don't worry, it's okay. You're getting used to the way I do things, but it's absolutely fine
Okay.
because now we've got to build up even more because now we've got to go to Germany. We're going to Caroline's team. Caroline, on one, two, three, we will say the name of the player
Okay.
who we
Yeah.
think is the best player in the squad, and the squad is confirmed. So here we go. Best player from every single country at the European Championships, featuring myself and Caroline Labes. Did I pronounce it? Was it right that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will get it. I'll get it right before the end of the podcast. I will get there. We will get there. Right then, Germany. One, two, three. Toni Kroos.
But
Oh, I think Toni Kroos is timeless. What he's done in his career
yes,
is
yes, I'm
remarkable.
fine with you. I'm fine with you because I have Kroos, Rüdiger, Wirtz, or Musiala.
I would
And
have
then I
said
had
Musiala close second.
and then
Absolutely.
I had to decide right now. And I said Wirtz because he's so young, but so talented. And when he's doing his game, he's just amazing. But tell me why you think Kroos, because I do totally
Ooh.
support Kroos as well.
Toni Kroos, for me, I'm really happy to see him come out of international retirement to play one more tournament for Germany. I think ever since he's come back into the national team, they've got more calmness on the pitch. They've got the glue throughout the whole team where he can control the game, dictate the game. And as you've seen in international football, it's a very slower pace compared to club football. So when you've got someone like Toni Kroos and you've got Robin Andrich and you've got Wirtz, Musiala, Sane ahead of him, they can play their natural game with Kroos sitting back and allowing him to find the right passes, like we saw in that France game back in March as well. 10 seconds, 11 seconds goal, straight away Kroos over the top.
Yeah,
Incredible. To
it's so
really say.
funny. It's so funny to hear you from Great Britain or from England talking about Kroos like this positive, because in Germany, in
Unglaublich.
gen,
Unglaublich. Did I
yeah,
say? Yeah. Incredible.
unglaublich, yeah, unbelievable, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, yeah.
Because I really do support Toni Kroos. He's one of the best players we ever had. Also, when you see all the trophies he won, and he's a very intelligent player. And a lot of people in Germany do support Toni Kroos, obviously. But there are some people in Germany
Name
saying and
names. Who is
telling,
it? Who is it? Are they in the media? Is it coaches? Who is
yes,
it?
for example, it's Uli Hoeneß um,
Oh,
from Bayern Munich. He
his
is
old
like,
boss. Ooh.
yeah, he is like, his time is up. He is like, he's not playing he's just doing passes.
That's his
He's just
natural
passing.
job.
Yeah, he's just passing around. And actually, it's his job to give the balls to his colleagues, that they can, start the game, or he's starting the game by doing the passes, and then they can. Yeah, for example, he is not a big fan of Toni Kroos, but maybe he is still a little bit, let's say, maybe, well, not sad, but maybe a little bit angry that Bayern lost Kroos 10 years ago, because they did not a good contract with him, or did not a good, and so they lost him to Madrid. But I totally support what you say about him,
okay,
and not what Uli Hoeneß says about him.
Exactly. So
and what you said, yeah, the team is playing better already with him again. So
he scored 17 goals for his country. But my last question about Toni Kroos for you is, what's your favorite Toni Kroos memory for Germany?
Oh, well, obviously, World Cup 2014, but I think, oh God, let me think. It was, I guess,
7-1?
in Russia. It was in Russia. Was it the last game? No, I guess it was against Sweden.
Oh, the free kick. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah, the free kick,
Wow.
which at the end was worth nothing, but it was such an amazing goal. That was one of my moments, from him.
Did I pronounce it right? Erlich? Magnificent?
What do you mean?
I tried to say Erlich.
Yeah, herrlich.
Herrlich. Herrlich? My German is awful, but I'm practicing on the podcast. So Herrlich. I need to open my mouth a bit.
Yeah.
Herrlich. Herrlich.
For non-Germans, it's difficult to pronounce our language. Yeah.
It's so difficult, but I'm practicing. I'm learning, which is fantastic. So as we go along with the show, we'll just keep notes of who we've said for our best players. So then when we post it on social media, we'll get people to go, actually, yeah, it's quite cool. So Germany, we're one and done with that. Now we're on to Scotland. So Scotland will be very fun because it's one of our local countries. It's our neighboring country.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for me, it's a very nice tourist destination. I prefer going to Scotland more than I do going to tourist places in England. So I'm looking forward to this one. So, right, Scotland. 1, 2, 3. Scott McTominay.
Shankland.
Shankland's your best player.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that he was leading scorer in the Scottish League, right?
In the Scottish League, he is. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So with 24 goals, so I thought maybe, you know.
Good player. He's a very good player. For me, because I'm a Man United fan, I'll back Scott McTominay for this one because he's one of the leading goal scorers for Scotland in the European qualifiers. So he was up there with Ronaldo, Lukaku. He was there with Rasmus Højlund as well, Harry Kane. So for Scott McTominay to be always starting for Scotland, for me, I think is one of the best players in the Scottish national team. And they've had someone like Andy Robertson, who's been incredible for Liverpool for so many years now as well. I believe he's their captain. So it's going to be fun to see what Scotland are like at the European Championships. And I think they could surprise a few people. And you got them in the opening game. Are you expecting to beat Scotland in the opening game in Munich?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's the opening game. It's at home. I think the atmosphere will support the German team a lot. I mean, a lot of Scottish people are coming to Munich or to Germany. I know this, and you have a strong community, but I think, we can beat them. Yeah, maybe like a 2-0 something.
I think so too. I think it will be an easy win for Germany. But I think Scotland will definitely challenge for that second place against Switzerland and Hungary as well, which would be...
Totally. Yeah. But do you think that they can get into the knockout stage?
I think so, especially with the third place position as well. They could be the best of the third place teams with the points, especially with Switzerland not being their best self and Hungary still a young team for me. I think Scotland can get to the knockout stages, but I think this is just before the tournament, and I think as long as they don't get any injuries, I think they're going to be ones to challenge for that second place for me. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think it's possible, but actually, I think Switzerland is a little bit stronger.
Nice. Looking forward to
Yeah.
that. Good segue into Switzerland now. So who's our best Swiss player? One, two,
Wait,
three.
wait, 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 wait. I have to check my notes.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Nice
I
and
have it.
so.
Okay.
Best Switzerland player for Euro 2024. One, two, three. Granit Xhaka.
Chaka. Yeah.
Yes. First time we've agreed. I'm going to do an air high
Woo!
five, which is good.
Yay.
Yes, we got it. Granit Xhaka has been unbelievable this season for Bayern Leverkusen in his first season
Yes.
away from the Premier League after playing for Arsenal for so many years. What have you enjoyed about Granit Xhaka under Xabi Alonso at Bayern Leverkusen this season in the Bundesliga, Caroline?
Yeah. I feel the same like you. I guess Chaka was probably one of the best investments Leverkusen did last summer. I mean, they really got a lot of great players. But Chaka, he's like the what's the English word? The motor?
Yes, the motor, the engine.
The engine,
Yes.
exactly. The engine of the team a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
He's always running around like this. And yeah, for me, he has a good presence on the pitch. And yeah, like you said, he had a great, great season with Leverkusen. They got 2 titles and they got into the final of the
DFB Pokal and Europa League.
yeah, Europa League. Thank you.
Yeah.
I lost the word. Yeah, they were in the final of the Europa League. They got to the DFB Pokal. They became winner of the Bundesliga, and
Unbeaten.
so he's unbeaten. Yeah, so many like records, you know, in one season for this club, and he was a big part of it. So yeah, for me, he would, and that's why for me, Switzerland is a little bit stronger than Scotland because they have Chaka, they have Shaqiri, for example, you know, and these players for me, yeah, are very important to be a little bit more higher ranked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they've got some good experience in that team. Akanji as well for Manchester City, good
Yeah,
defender.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
think Ricardo Rodriguez is still in the squad and he's been ever present in that squad for so many years for Switzerland as well. So it's going to be fun to see what happens with Switzerland and like Granit Xhaka as well. Again, I'm going to pronounce German. Sorry to our listeners, but I'm practicing live for you as well. Naturalik Anführer. Natural leader?
Ja, natürlicher Anführer. Yeah.
Natuurlijke Anführer.
Exactly. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Nearly there, which is good. Another team who's nearly there is Hungary. It's the 4th and final team in the group stage. Got your notes ready?
Yes, and I think we will have the same one. But yeah, let's try.
Let's see. Unless I can switch it up. 1, 2, 3. Dominic
Szoboszlai.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. That's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Two out of 4 we've got. The 23-year-old Liverpool midfielder has been incredible for his national team for so many years. I first saw him burst onto the scene at RB Leipzig because he was playing with his fellow Hungarian Willy Orban as well, and he scored 12 goals for his country. He's going to be the superstar for Hungary, and I really believe that this is where they get to shine and they get to develop themselves as an upcoming real force in European football. What's your thoughts on Szoboszlai?
Yeah, actually, the same thing you said right now. I think he will be one of the key figures in the Hungarian midfield. A little bit maybe like Chaka for Switzerland, you know. And yeah, he's, I guess, the highest scoring midfielder right now in the national team.
In the national team, yes, because you got Salai who plays on the left as well. So you got a few different players, but I think Dominic Szoboszlai is. I think he gets to pick where he gets to play because it's so important in this team on the left or in the middle. Where do you see him best? Because for RB Leipzig, he played as a left winger. He was attacking a bit more. For Liverpool, he plays in the central of midfield as well. Where do you see him best?
Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe because he's I mean, Leipzig is a very good club,
Yes,
but Liverpool is, we have to be honest, still much better club than Leipzig, and because
unfortunately.
he's, yeah, for you it's
For me,
unfortunately,
it's
yeah,
unfortunate, definitely.
but because he's doing such a great job in a club like Liverpool, I think his role is, yeah, the Liverpool role,
Yes,
so I go for the Liverpool midfielder Choboslai and not for the Leipzig midfielder Choboslai.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
with
and
Sobos,
I'm, yeah,
sorry,
no,
carry on.
no, yeah, I'm just thinking about or wondering, because all the last tournaments where Hungary was in, um, I was always, oh no, let's start again. It's always like, oh, Hungary, who do they have? It's like,
Yes.
it's just Hungary, and then you see the players, and then you're like, oh wow, that's Hungary,
Mm,
and then you always, or it's for me maybe, I think, wow, they have so many good players, they should come far, and they never really prove or give the results the squad is maybe able to give. Do you know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely. Because when you're looking at them, I would consider them the Unterhunde, underdogs.
Underdogs.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't say Unterhunde.
Is it
But that's very,
Aus,
very cute.
Außen,
Außenseiter.
Außenseiter?
Yeah,
See, I'm
yeah,
practicing. I'm
yeah,
learning. I remember it's masculine and feminine for German as opposed to English, where it's just one. But yeah, you got Soboslai, you've got Milos Kerkez, you've got Willy Orban, Gulashi. You got a really big RB Leipzig presence there, which is good
yeah,
to see
yeah,
as
that's
well. So
right.
it's
Yeah,
just recently they lost to the Republic of Ireland in a friendly, so they're not at the best of forms currently. So we have to wait and see what happens.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm very, oh, it will be very interesting if they can finally show us a little bit more, and maybe show us what we, yeah, expect a little bit of them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yes. It's going to be fun to
Yeah.
see what happens in Group A. Now we're on to Group B, and we're going to go for a team that's won two European Championships in this century. So we're going to go to Spain first. Nice little holiday destination. Went to Barcelona last month, which was very fun, very enjoyable. I still
Oh,
have
I love Barcelona.
I
Yeah.
still I still haven't edited my match day content yet, so I'm gonna have to wait and see when this is actually out, but hopefully I'll get more content, which will be good fun. Spain. One, two, three, Rodri.
Rodri. Again.
Three
Yay.
for three. This is good. I mean, we can look at some of their players like Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Alvaro Morata, Dani Olmo, of course, but Rodri has been one of the best centre midfielders in world football for the last 4 years for me. Ever
Yeah.
since Pep Guardiola dropped him for the Champions League final against Chelsea, where they lost 1-0 to a Kai Havertz goal in Porto. For me, Rodri has become one of the best centre midfielders in world football. Would you agree with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I'm totally agree. That's why I chose him as well.
Lovely.
Showed, uh,
Chose him,
picked him
yes.
as well. Chose,
Yeah,
picked, whatever,
you
him
were
as
right.
well.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and he's always good for the important goal, or he's always there. He's still very, very young, but he's a great player. Um, and what's interesting, obviously, the golden generation, from Spain, who won all the titles, the World Cup and the European Championship, what you said right now, and they are, I guess everyone's gone right now. No one's in the national team anymore. So it's starting a new generation of
yes.
maybe a golden generation. And yeah, what you said as well, Lamine Yamal is also very interesting for me. Um, but yeah, we have to see, maybe he's still very young, and
Yes.
Rodri has a little bit more experience and everything. So he could be a little bit, yeah, higher ranked because of this, maybe. Because, yeah,
I think so too. Mostly
yeah,
because of the experience, what is won at club level. Unfortunately, the last time he
exactly.
played for the Spanish national team at the World Cup, he was playing at centre back, which made no sense to me. So I was very worried about what he did last time out as well. So No, that's absolutely fine, and I'm hopefully we'll be able to see more of Rodri. I don't want to see him succeed. I want him to go back home. I want Spain to be knocked out because I'm looking forward to seeing Italy in the Group B as well. I think they're going to have a fun tournament, but
It is just such a hard group, and I'm looking so forward to Group B because Spain, Croatia, Italy is just insane, and I'm a little
Albania.
bit, yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of Albania, but
Why are
or
you
for
afraid of
Albania.
for
No,
Albania?
for
Yes,
for
yes,
Albania.
that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
okay. Albania are the
um
underdogs in this group, absolutely. No shadow of a doubt.
totally. But I remember, was it 2014? The
16.
group stage. No. I mean, the World Cup when
Oh,
Costa Rica won the group with Uruguay, England, and Italy.
don't
Do you
remind me.
remember? So, and everyone said before, "Oh, poor Costa Rica. Oh, they won't get anything in this World Cup." And
It was
maybe,
just England being poor on the pitch. Awful team. Oh no. No, they were
yeah, some
fantastic because they went to the knockout stages and they were really shining as well. Brian Ruiz, what a player he was for them, for Costa Rica, which is incredible. Oh,
yeah. So maybe
Albania.
Albania, yeah, can be the new Costa Rica. But
We will
yeah,
see.
we will see. But yeah, the others are very, very good right now. So
Absolutely. Italy. Have you got your
Italy,
player?
wait,
I've got my
wait, wait,
player.
wait, wait, wait. Um, yeah, yeah, I have one,
You happy?
but I'm not. Yeah, no,
No.
but
Okay, okay. Let's go. One, two, three. Federico Chiesa.
Donnarumma.
Oh, Donnarumma. Don't mind it. Very good goalkeeper for Italy. Saved that amazing Bukayo Saka penalty at Wembley Stadium and walked off like it was
Yeah,
nothing in the final of the European Championships. And he was a great goalkeeper for them back in 2021. Now they've got a young goalkeeper called Vicario who plays for Tottenham Hotspur, who played the last game against Turkey in a friendly, and he's challenging for number one at the international break as in the international number one as well. And their first game is against Albania, so we may see Donnarumma start or we may see Vicario start. But what do
yeah,
you like about Donnarumma the most? Because it feels like to me he's been around forever and is still so young as well.
exactly. He's still young, but he's so good. And I do not really remember like big mistakes.
Yes,
Probably he had one as well. I mean, everyone has one. But
absolutely.
I was looking for the Italian squad, and um, I don't know. I wasn't that hooked by the other players. You know
Yes.
what I mean? The field players, because it's not. I mean, Italy. It's still Italy.
Yeah.
But there is no field player, or there was no field player when I watched looked at the squad, that I was like, oh yeah, that's him. You know what I
Ni
mean?
Nicht überzeugt. Gesagt? Not convinced. Nicht überzeugt.
Yeah, überzeugt. Yeah, I mean,
Überzeugt.
it's a
Okay.
good team, and they have good players. Obviously, you know,
Yes.
don't understand me wrong. Don't
Yes. Yeah.
don't
Don't
don't get me
misunderstand me.
wrong.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
get you
don't
wrong.
don't
Yeah.
misunderstand. Yeah. Um, but at the end, it was for me, it was Donnarumma, because of
Absolutely.
it was not because I mean, Donnarumma as well is a very, very good player, yeah. But at the end, I wasn't convinced by the others, so I was more convinced by by Donnarumma.
No, absolutely. For me, I picked Federico Chiesa because the one thing with Italian players is they turn up for their national team. They always show passion straight from the national anthem. We see them play two, three, four times better for their country than we see for their clubs. And Federico Chiesa has had a difficult season for Juventus. I think they won the Italian Cup, not the league, so they won the cup this season, which is incredible. But for me, one of my favorite European moments in the Euros was going to Wembley Stadium to watch Italy versus Spain in the semi-finals of the 2021 tournaments as well, and seeing Federico Chiesa run half the length of the pitch and then score one of the most incredible, beautiful goals that Wembley Stadium has ever seen in international football. I think there's still a diamond in there as well. I think he's going to be the shining light
Totally,
for Italy.
yeah. Actually, I was thinking about Chiesa and Donnarumma, but I was like, now I pick goalkeeper, because I can tell you that's the only goalkeeper I picked.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. That's okay. I may have a goalkeeper later on. We're gonna have to wait and see, which should be the case. But Chiesa and Donnarumma, which should be fun for Italy.
yes,
Instead of going to Croatia, because I think Croatia is very obvious, we'll save that one till last. Albania. Let's talk about Albania. This one's been very difficult because there's some good players in this team, but they're just
yeah,
good, if you know what I mean. They're not great. They don't stand
mm-hmm,
out. And hopefully this is where, as a team, as a unit, they
exact.
can build. Like we were speaking about recently with Costa Rica. Wales were a good example, but they had Gareth Bale, who was world class.
Yeah, they
In
still
my
had this one superstar. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Albania for me is a little bit like, I learned a new word today when I was researching, a
yes,
dark horse.
yes, 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 yes. I love that.
And
That's
because,
fantastic.
because when you think about the Albanian national team, you don't have a superstar in mind. You don't have one really big player. It's maybe they come because they have a really good team,
Yes,
you know. Um, so I'm looking forward what they can bring.
yes.
But the thing for me is they have a lot of players in the squad where I don't even know the club they're playing for. What do you
Good
know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I was the
I
same
had,
as well.
for example, Arlind Ajeti. I don't know how to pronounce. He's playing for CFR Cluj-Napoca.
Romania.
Yeah, I had to Google it. But so, and if obviously they are good players, obviously, because they're playing for the national team. But if you are playing for Cluj-Napoca, you can't be as good as Rodri, Pedri, Donnarumma, Toni Kroos, whatever we said right now already,
Jorginho in
So
midfield for Italy as well. Croatia to
exactly,
come up as well in the same group.
yeah.
Right then, here we
So
go. Albania.
yeah,
One, two, three. Christian Al
Aslan,
Aslani.
yeah,
Yes.
I have him. I have him too. Yeah,
There we go.
because yeah, because he's playing for
Inter
Inter
Milan.
Milan.
Yes.
Yeah,
And has been
that was
consistent for Inter Milan.
yeah. So that was my point of decision, that I said he um plays in a very big club. So
He won the league this season as well with Inter Milan.
exactly, yeah. So um so he knows how to play on a big stage as well. I mean,
Absolutely. He can be a young
Arlind
leader for their
Arjeti
team.
from Cluj-Napoca, he doesn't even know how is it to play on a very, very, very big stage, maybe,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good insight there as well, Caroline. Incredible. Because you've got Armando Broja, who is a Chelsea player who went on loan to Fulham this season. You've had Hisaj, who is a former Napoli player, I believe, or he may still play for Napoli. I've forgotten where he plays now. But you've had some good players at good teams. But Aslani is probably the best player from this Albania team. And he's not a superstar just yet, but he can be a leader, a young leader, and a vocal presence on the pitch, like we've seen for Inter Milan as well this season, which is fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So we're done with
Croatia.
Group B already, right? Oh,
Croatia.
what you think Croatia wins the group?
No, I think they come second. I think it goes Spain, Croatia, Italy, then Albania.
Oh, Croatia's missing. Yeah, we
Yes.
still. Yeah. Okay.
For me, this is the easiest one of the whole video. The easiest one. One,
Who is the
two.
best from Croatia?
Yeah,
Really?
really. Let's.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Suspense. One, two,
1, 2.
three. Luka Modric.
Stanisic.
Oh, Stanisic. Oh my goodness me. Why? I know he was great for Bayer Leverkusen. Not Modric.
He's old.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant.
I know. I mean, of course, he's Luka Modric. He's a good player, but
The greatest
he's.
player in their history is still playing
I
at
know.
38
I
years old.
know. I know. I totally understand everything you will say, but he is old, and so I'm looking for some fresh blood. Some fresh power, and I think Stanisic from Leverkusen, he did an amazing job as well. And Leverkusen, like I told you already, they had a very, 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 very great season. And I think he's maybe still having this energy from this season, and that's why I say Stanisic.
I agree. You've got Josko Gvardiol as well, who's been fantastic for Manchester City this season in defence. He's a young player coming through. You've got a lot of old
Yeah,
players in this team. Perisic, Kovacic, you've got Kramaric as well. But the
yeah,
younger
yeah,
players like Mieha as well, who plays for Wolfsburg. He's not young, but Meyer plays for Wolfsburg as a 26-year-old centre midfielder, and Juranovic the right back. Maybe we will get some young players coming through, but Stanisic, I'm happy with it. But it's because it's been
yeah.
fantastic for Bayern Leverkusen. I can't really argue with it. But for me, Luka Modric has to be there for me. One of the greatest midfielders of all time. But with Luka Modric, I need to kind of know from your point of view, where does he sit as one of the greatest midfielders of all time? Top five, top 10? Where do you think?
For Croatia or in general?
In international football, in European football.
No, not top five. No,
Okay.
top 10. Yeah, maybe
Top,
top 10.
top 10.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I can't tell you the exact ranking right now,
Yes.
but no, I think there are five players better than Modric, I guess.
That's okay. That's all good. Because remember, this is Luka Modric's last international tournament for Croatia. He's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
playing since 2006 for the national team. So he's been there for so many years and has been benefiting so much by having some incredible players around him. And Croatia have always been a good dark horse. We saw them in the final of the World Cup in 2018, the semi-finals of the last World Cup in Qatar as well. And in the Euros, they've always been a challenging presence in different
Hmm.
group stages and knockout stages. So that's why I think Croatia will finish second. So it's going to be fun to see how one of the greatest Croatian players of all time, probably the greatest Croatian player of all time, will continue to play in international football, which will be
Yeah, but
fantastic.
when you say Croatia will be second, who will be the first or winner of the group?
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it. Yeah.
Legenda. Legenda?
Spain.
Legend?
Legende.
Legenda.
Legende.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. Spain, Croatia,
Italy.
Italy, Albania.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
I
it.
don't think we get a second Costa Rica. Yeah.
Legendar. Legendar. Oh, legendar. I don't know. Yeah, legendar. Legendar.
Legendär. Legendär.
Legendary. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my group now. Group C, England, Denmark,
Yay.
Serbia, and Slovenia. And for me, we have to start with the best team in the group. Who's going to win the group for me? Denmark. Because Denmark are absolutely fantastic.
Yes, you think Denmark is going to win?
No. I think I think
Okay.
I think with Denmark, they always surprise people because everyone forgets
Yeah.
about them. For me, they don't get enough media recognition. And just like you said about dark horses, the last Euros they got to the semi-finals. They were dark horses
Yeah, that's
um,
right.
as well. So for Denmark, let's go in 1, 2, 3. Rasmus Højlund,
Eriksen.
lovely. Both Man United players, so I'll take it. Rasmus Højlund for me, he's the top scorer of the European qualifications for Denmark. He was incredible over the last few years as well. He's only been 21 years old and has got the country on his shoulders. He's one of the best strikers we've seen in Scandinavia for a good number of years now. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how he can shine, especially after being criticized so much for being in a Manchester United side, and everyone thinks he needs to be the savior of Man United's problems when it can't be all down to him, and has done really, really, really well across the season. He's a fast, energetic striker who can hold the ball up. He can score from both feet, and for me, I think is going to be an outside choice for the top scorer in the European Championships. What do you think about Christian Eriksen, especially after coming back from that awful incident in Euro 2021?
Exactly. Yeah.
He scored the
And
other day
I
at the
think,
stadium too.
pardon what?
He scored at the stadium
Oh,
recently as
okay.
well in their
Yeah.
recent game.
Um, I think, well, first of all, I think Denmark got so far in the last European Championship
Yes,
also because of what happened with Eriksen, I guess. Because
absolutely.
at the end they were playing for him, and this this all these circumstances made them a still better team, and made them strong and everything. And yeah, he had a hard way back, obviously, after everything what happened. Thank God he's fine again, and he's so fine that he, yeah,
Continues to play
came back.
football.
Yeah, came back to the pitch and continued to play football and wasn't forced to retire. And yeah, and I think he still have, how do you say it in English? In Germany, we say he has still an open bill. You don't know what it means, right?
He's still got a story to tell, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's got a storyline to finish. He's got something to prove.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think maybe this will be he will once also turn around his story, you know, not just a tragic one. He wants to write a happy one right now, and
An
so he has the
inspirational one.
power. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my idea of this.
I
Of my
like that.
pick.
I like that idea. If you're going to be writing that story, I want to be co-writing that story with you. I want to see how Christian Eriksen shines in the European Championship after what happened in 2021. Because for me, I was so surprised he scored such a great goal the other day against Sweden. I was looking at him thinking, he never shoots for Manchester United and he scored from outside the box. A fantastic goal. And I'm thinking, this is what I'm talking about. This is what people love about Christian Eriksen, his amazing passing range, his quality on the ball, and also the fact that he can shoot from outside the box. It was unbelievable to see what he was doing. And hopefully we get to see more of that in the European Championship. So yeah, very happy with that one. Next one, we're going to the second favorites of the group, Slovenia. Slovenia are looking incredible this time around. Again, they've made it to a major tournament. And for me, I think we've got the same one for this one. I'll wait and see who you have. So for Slovenia, you said you're
Okay.
not picking a goalkeeper, so let's see. One,
Oh, so you
two.
had the goalkeeper.
I spoiled it for myself straight away. I'm so sorry.
So then we have not the same one, but yeah, let's
That's
go.
okay. 1, 2, 3. Jan Oblak.
Sesko.
Benjamin
Sesko.
Sesko. I love him.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Yeah.
player. I think for me, Jan Oblak has been one of the most underrated goalkeepers in world football for the last 6 years since he's been at Atletico Madrid. He's been incredible. I believe is world class. And I think there's got so much ability for the Slovenian national team to build around such a talented goalkeeper as well. And this leads me to ask you, Benjamin Sesko, how cool was it to see him at RB Leipzig this season? Your Timo Werner loaned out to Spurs because they didn't need him anymore. They didn't care about Timo Werner. You had Lois Openda and Benjamin Sesko up front for Marco Rose's RB Leipzig team. Incredible. What did you enjoy about him the most this season?
Actually, I never saw RB Leipzig playing. Well, in the stadium, you know,
Yes.
Just on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What a hard problem, by the way. Oh, I can only watch him on TV. I couldn't go to the ground.
Just watching on TV.
What a shame.
Yeah, I don't know. I just for me is that I looked in the squad, and for me I just remembered that he's always strong on Leipzig, you know.
Yes.
And I think that for him, I hope that he can prove this in the national team as well. But in general, I have to say, I think it's Slovenians just second appearance at the Euros.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so they are like young. And yeah, the thing is, I guess this team can be a dark horse as well, or is a dark horse as well, because
that's what I said as well. The second best team in this group.
Yeah, because you don't know so much players. You know a lot of them, but not everyone. And there are also some underrated, maybe because you don't know them as much. And so I'm very surprised what Slovenia will do in this group, especially in comparison when you have Denmark and England and Serbia, which is also a strong team.
Yes.
You know, so yeah.
Let's pronounce this one. My German hasn't been great today, but I'm going to try it. Benjamin Sesko is a younger young goal scorer.
Oh yeah.
Young,
the youngest or young?
Young goal scorer. So he's a young goal scorer. He's threatening, he's pacey, he's direct. and he's a young goal scorer, which I couldn't pronounce
Yeah.
properly either. See, I'm challenging myself, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. On to the third favorites of the group, Serbia. So Serbia, they have a very odd team because for me, with Serbia, before we get into it as well, I think with Serbia, they have much better players that start on the bench than actually starting because their recent games of what I've seen, they've lost a few, and it's because they're
Mhm.
playing their older players ahead of some of their younger players. So let's see who we've got for our top player from Serbia. One, two, three, Dusan Vlahovic.
Jovic.
Luka Jovic.
Yeah, he's not
Ooh, okay.
having a not such a good season,
Yes.
but he's still a great striker.
It,
And
it
I
was
know
very
he had
difficult for him the last few years. AC Milan,
exactly.
Fiorentina,
Yeah,
lost in
yeah,
the final as well for Fiorentina, the Conference
yeah,
League. Mm.
yeah. But I think maybe it's his time to shine again. He had a difficult season, and maybe this is the point where he can get the turnaround.
It's very difficult because with Serbia, they have three good strikers. They have Dusan Vlahovic, they have Alexander Mitrovic, the captain, and then they have Luka Jovic. So they play with
Hmm.
only one striker up top, so in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And for me, Dusan Vlahovic is an incredible young striker. He's absolutely exciting to watch. One of the best young strikers in European football. He scored 16 goals and 4 assists for Juventus this season.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
But he doesn't start, just like Luka Jovic. Both of them don't start. So just like I mentioned to you, in tournaments they start Mitrovic because he's the captain. But Mitrovic has been playing in Saudi Arabia for a year and is still the captain and is still starting for Serbia. And I'm thinking these two other strikers that you and I mentioned, they've had better seasons than him in a tougher division, in tougher leagues. So it's going to be
Hmm.
fun to see how Serbia deal with it because
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
the players there, they have the attacking quality there. It's just if they can work around it in the best way, because I'm not so sure they can, which will be very difficult. And they've got some young players coming through, which will be fun to see how they do moving forward as well. But yeah, that's it for Serbia. Now we're on to
Yeah.
boring old England.
So
Boring England.
now I'm very, very, very interested in what you can say, or what are you going to say, um, that Harry Maguire and Jack Grealish are out of the squad.
First of all, can I just say, you are a brilliant co-host. You are so good at what you do. You
Ah,
are
thank
you
you.
no, honestly, like I can see why you've had such a great career in media so far and why you continue to shine. These are questions that I need to be asked every time I'm on the show. I need to, basically I'm going to ask you every week now. Are you free for a conversation? Are you free for a podcast? It's going to be great.
Well, then I have to work a little bit more on my English, but yeah.
That's fine. I'm working on my German, so I don't mind it at all, which is
Yeah.
great. It's going to be
You're learning
lovely.
new words. You're learning new
Absolutely, yeah.
words. And the pronunciation.
That's where you get to come in because you can say, no, Hamza, you're saying it wrong. You're saying it in an English way, not a German way. First of all, Harry Maguire, unbelievable defender for England. He gets so much criticism across the world for his performances for Manchester United, but for England, he's been a superstar defender for since the
Yeah.
2018 World Cup. He scored vital
Hmm.
goals for us. He's defended really well. He's kept one of the most amount of clean sheets in European football, in international football. He went in the Euros. He only conceded 3 goals in the whole tournament, which was incredible to see. Didn't concede against Germany at Wembley. He didn't concede against Ukraine. He didn't concede in the group stages against Slovakia and Scotland either as well. He's done really, really well for his country. If it's just an injury issue, I completely understand. You can't take someone who's injured. But then Luke Shaw from Manchester United is also injured. He hasn't played since March or
Hmm.
February.
Hmm.
And Gareth Southgate, our manager, has still taken him over players who aren't injured and are just sat at home,
So
which
why
is
do you
very
think,
worrying.
yeah, so why do you think he did not take Maguire, but took what
Luke
did you
Shaw.
say? Luke Shaw. Yeah. So when they have both injuries, but
Yes.
yeah,
The way
what's the
the way
explanation maybe?
the
Yeah.
way we see it in England as fans, as content creators, as podcasters, as people working in football media, England's worst enemy is their coach. Gareth Southgate is the worst enemy. He plays favourites
But
so
always or
much,
just him?
always, because He's kept
Okay.
Marcus Rashford at home, who plays very, very good for England because he plays better
Yeah.
football with Kane, with Bellingham, with Foden than he has with Manchester United, and he didn't take him at all. He's not taken Jack Grealish. He's not been playing great for Manchester City, but he gives more opportunity for chances created in the England team. And as you know, with international football, it's very slow. So maybe you just need one or two chances, and Jack Grealish can do that. And has taken younger players who don't necessarily, how can I explain it? They don't necessarily have the experience, but
Mm-hmm.
he's going for players who can get the best out of the other players. So, for example, we've got a player called Anthony Gordon and Jared Bowen, who are good players for Newcastle and West Ham, respectively, but they're going to get the best out of Jude Bellingham. They're going to get the best out of Harry Kane. They're going to get the best out of Phil Foden. So, out of the bigger attacking players, they're players to support the superstars in the team. That's the way that we're looking at it. So, not instead of having all the
Yeah.
superstars in the team, have the best superstars and look to support them in the best way.
Okay. But do you think that will work out?
No,
No.
no
Yeah,
chance.
yeah,
I
because
think
when I
quarterfinals is our limit, and I think that will be it.
really,
Yeah. I
oh
think
wow,
I
okay.
think we've got so many more players sitting at home that are really good, especially with our
Yeah,
defenders as well. There's a defender in AC Milan called Fikayo Tomori, really, really good centre back, fantastic ball playing defender, and he didn't even get into the squad and has been playing top level football in Milan for 4 or 5 years now. And we're playing someone who plays for Brighton, Lewis Dunk, who's not very good. He gets bullied in international football. Going for someone called Mark Guhi, who's always injured, just like Harry Maguire, but he has remained in the squad. And for
yeah,
me, we don't have the experience at defense because John Stones, who's one of our best players in the squad, he's always injured, and he was awful in the FA Cup final against Manchester United.
yeah, yeah.
And it's very worrying to see what that's going to be like in international football. That's why I'm not so confident with England because some
Okay.
decisions are good, but some decisions are
Mm-hmm.
really bad, and we don't have a great replacement for some of these players.
Yeah. So okay, you say quarterfinals. That's interesting because for me, actually, um, England is one of the favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the squad was confirmed yesterday, a lot of people were saying we would be favourites because
Yeah,
we've got
yeah,
the
yeah. I
experienced
changed
players
my
and
mind a little bit after yesterday. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think you still have a really good squad,
yes.
and and I see you maybe in the half, yeah, half final, yeah,
Semi-final. Yeah.
semi-final, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That would be fun. That would be enjoyable because that's the game I'm going to, the 6th of July, Dusseldorf. I leaked it to our audience. But yeah, I'm going to Germany. I'm going to Dusseldorf and I'm going to be seeing that quarterfinal. So hopefully if England get there, we will face
yeah.
rather Italy, Spain, or Croatia, which will be fun to see. So there will
Italy,
be,
Spain, or Croatia.
yes, it'll be very
Yeah,
fun.
that would be a great game, no
It'll be,
matter who's the
it'll be
opponent.
absolutely revenge for 2021 against Italy. That would be fun to see. But yeah, great
Yeah,
conversation there as well. Amazing. Right, England. 1, 2, 3. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Lovely.
First again that we have a match. A long time
Yes,
we had no match.
it's
Yeah,
been
I
a
mean,
while.
yeah, but I mean, Harry Kane is too obvious, right?
All-time goal scorer for England, scored
Yeah,
44 goals in 45 appearances in all competitions for Bayern Munich this season. He is the captain of England and he is the most important player for our country. If he gets
yeah,
injured, the golfing quality from Harry Kane, who's world class, to Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney, there's a big quality difference as well. So
yeah.
we need to keep him in cotton wool. We need to keep him fresh. We need to keep him fit. And we really need to build this team so he can win a trophy finally as well. What was it like for you seeing Harry Kane in the Bundesliga week in, week out for you?
It was insane because I went to the first game against my team, against Werder Bremen,
Yes.
where, oh, I guess Munich won 5-0. I do not remember.
Oh dear.
And Harry Kane did what Harry Kane did. He already scored, I guess, one or maybe two goals. I do not remember. Um, and yeah, he just arrived in Munich and he's been Harry Kane again,
He
for
enjoyed himself. Yes.
yeah, It's amazing what he's doing. I mean, just 36 goals in the Bundesliga this season is, yeah, that's
Unbelievable.
incredible. It's unbelievable. Last year, the goal getter in the Bundesliga was Niklas Füllkrug, with 16 goals, I
Yeah.
guess. So think about what a change just came with Harry Kane. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess, he finally came to Bayern Munich to get finally a trophy, I guess, because Bayern Munich,
He
is
came a season too
always
late.
exactly. Bayern Munich is always getting a trophy, and this season Harry Kane came to Munich, no trophy. So you get Harry Kane out of Tottenham, but you don't get Tottenham out of Harry Kane, maybe.
I love that line. I love that line. It's so true. It's the history of Tottenham Hotspur always, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the only player that's
So
left Spurs recently who hasn't won a trophy. So hopefully this is the time to shine in England, to get a European championship for England and go down as a national hero in more than just goal scoring, into actually getting a trophy home. So
exactly, his only trophy is scoring goals or being the best player,
yes,
and
absolutely.
he also got the trophy of being the best Champions League player this season. He got the trophy of being the best. No, no, not player.
Goal
Goal
scorer.
scorer.
Yes,
Yeah. He is the best goal scorer in Bundesliga. He, again, he's a goal scorer. But not a real trophy with a team. And but he's such a good player, and he's such a nice character as well. So
absolutely.
um,
Good
I
role
was
model.
very happy Munich did not win a trophy, because we need a change in Germany. But for
I agree.
him, it's sad, obviously. Yeah.
Imagine if Borussia Dortmund won the Champions League and Bayer Leverkusen won the league, and obviously they didn't win the DFB Pokal. That would be such a curse to see how Harry Kane could not win a trophy with any other German
Yeah.
team succeeding. But it was that awful decision in the semi-finals for me. I don't think he should have been substituted off from the Bernabeu. He should have stayed on for me. But that's what Thomas Tuchel has to live with now as coach. I think he's leaving Bayern Munich now at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, he's leaving. Yeah. We got we they got
Vincent
Vincent
Company.
Company.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also very interesting.
That's a nice way of putting it. I don't think he's good enough, so I'm going to see.
No, he's totally not good enough.
Mm.
But I mean, they wanted to have Julian Nagelsmann. They wanted to have Xabi
Marco
Alonso.
Marco
They wanted
Rose
to
would have
have.
been good for Bayern Munich for me. I would have taken Marco
You
Rose.
think?
Yeah, different
Oh,
style of play, more attacking,
yeah, yeah.
unrelentless, and
That's
his
interesting. But I think he's very fine. Um,
is happy
in
at
Leipzig.
Leipzig. Yes, yes,
Yeah. So, um, yeah. The thing is, Munich just they tried to get everyone, but no one really wanted to come to Munich. So at the end, they had to, yeah, they had to hook up with company. So let's
absolutely.
see.
Their
So
fifth choice,
let's
their fifth choice
yeah.
had to go for.
Was it the
Insane.
fifth? I think it was the eighth, maybe. I don't
The
know.
15th choice.
15th. Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I mean, we have to be fair. Let's give him a try. Maybe he will be the new Xabi Alonso. We don't know yet. But
Hopefully, he proves us wrong. We will see.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like over me. I feel sorry for Harry Kane being managed by a defender who used to man mark him out of games in Vincent Company for Manchester City. So, right then,
Yeah.
Group D, we've
Group
got
D.
France, Poland, Netherlands, and Austria. One of
Yeah.
my dark
Ooh.
horses are in this group, and it may not be who you think. So, we're going to go for the easy option first. We're going to go for France. Let's see.
Okay.
One,
Yeah.
two. Wait, let's see if I can say it in French. Un, deux, trois. Yeah. Un, deux, trois. Kylian Mbappé.
Mbappe. Yeah.
There we go.
I mean,
Lovely.
that's obvious. That's obvious. Everyone who's saying something different for France. I mean, for me, France is the best team.
Yes.
The best.
The
Because
favourites.
yeah, they are the favorites.
Their
If you
bench
look
could
at
be starting for most countries. That's how good they are.
exactly. That's what I thought when I looked at the squad. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to be the coach, because even don't know who to pick to be
Yes.
the starters, because every one of the players can be a starter. Everyone has so much quality. Yeah, and no one has the quality of being just the bench,
Yes.
you know. So this team for me is insane.
The
And
way you're
Kylian
looking at it as
Mbappe is
well,
still more insane than the rest.
the way I'm looking at it as well, Caroline, is the fact that when you're looking at their Olympic squad for the summer with Thierry Henry, he's picked some incredible players who could have made the national team for the Euros as well. And it's a completely different list to what we've seen in the Euros. So it's unbelievable to see how
Mm-hmm.
amazing the quality is in France. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how France do. And they've got the Netherlands in their group as well. So the Netherlands, oh, I have a feeling we may agree on this one. That basically there's an obvious choice and then there's a fun choice. I'm gonna go for the fun
Yeah,
choice on this one. So I'm gonna go for the fun
the
choice.
fun
Mostly
choice. Okay, let me see what I have different names. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, now I
okay.
switch. I take. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's go. One, two, three. Xavi Simmons.
Van Dijk.
There we go. That was the obvious choice. Van Dijk was the obvious choice. Unbelievable
But I
defender.
switched. I switched like right now because I wanted to say Frim Frimpong before.
Frimpong's
Um,
unbelievable. I love him.
yeah, and
Fantastic
and
winger.
and you know what? Because do you know why I switched? Because I didn't want to say again my
Leverkusen player.
yeah,
Bundesliga
my
player.
Leverkusen, yeah,
That's
yeah, and I
okay.
didn't want
It's
to,
whoever you want to
yeah.
choose at the end of the day. And I'm a Man
So
United fan, so I'm never going to pick Virgil van Dijk. So that's okay. He can stay there.
yeah, yeah.
Talk to me
But I
about
mean,
Virgil van Dijk. Talk to me about what you've seen from him that you love watching him. He's a composed defender. He's a leader. He's got so many caps for his country already. And he's not got an international trophy, but does he go down as one of the greatest defenders of the modern era for you?
yeah, exactly. He's for me one of the the greatest defenders right now, and his how do you say his stature?
Yes, his stature.
Yeah, um, is so impressive. You know, for me, that if I would be a striker, I would be very afraid. You know, and so for me, yeah, that's why I switched my little pick in the last second, because but the thing is, for me, the Netherlands has so much big names, especially in defenders,
Yes.
with
Ake,
De
Daily
Ligt,
Blind, Flynn.
Dumfries, Frimpong, Van Dijk, you know, and if you look at the strikers, I mean, everyone's fine there, but you know, for me, the big names in the Netherlands are the defenders.
I agree.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because for attackers in the group for Virgil van Dijk, Cien Unwestenheid is I should turn. His presence is intimidating. Cien
Hmm.
Unwestenheit ist einschüchternd.
Yeah, einschüchtern.
Einschüchternd,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Because
that's why
he's
they play with five defenders as well, so they can defend properly and they can counter attack. So gets the best out
yeah,
of their better players in a way, which is great to see.
exactly. Yeah. So maybe this will be their strength, having
Mate,
such a good defense. Yeah.
absolutely, which would be fun to see. Austria, Austria are
Austria.
my dark horses for the tournament. I think they're a very.
Really?
I like
Okay.
Austria. I like the way that Ralph
Me
Rangnick has set
too.
up their team. I was in Stockholm in September. I was there watching Sweden versus Austria. And I remember I bought a Sweden shirt because I was sitting in the home end. I was speaking to Swedish fans, and they were looking to qualify for the European Championships. And that was a game where Austria won 2 or 3-0. I think it was 3-0. I should remember. I was there at the ground. Um, they were there and they won convincingly against Sweden because of the experience, because of the power and the hard work that they put into the team. And for me, I think with this team, it's going to be a very underlooked team in the media. So I'm going to give them their flowers, and I think they're
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
to watch as well. So for me, Austria, dark horses, and I'm saying it out loud on recording for the first time. But let me hear your thoughts on Austria being a neighboring country to Germany. Do you think they're going to upset a few people at the European Championships? What do you think?
um, for me, Austria is a little bit like Hungary, what I said
Yes.
earlier. When you just hear the word or the name Austrian national team, you're like, oh, who is this? You
Mm.
know, but then you look on the squad, you see the different players, you are like, oh wow, these are Austrian players. They are playing for Austria. Oh wow, that's a really good team, you know. But sometimes they do not show well in tournaments like Hungary did, what I said, um, what they can really,
Their true
what they
quality.
can really, yeah, what they can really offer, what their real quality is. So I think, let me see, it's Poland, Netherlands. Yeah, but they have a tough group, you know, with France, with
I think Austria
Netherlands.
finished second. France, Austria, Netherlands, Poland.
Oh, that's
Mm.
interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. But I think for them, it's a hard loss that they can't play with David Alaba.
Yes, very big.
Good for them is that he got injured such a long time ago, so they had enough time to, you know, to find
To find a
to
replacement.
replace, yeah,
Yeah.
to replace him, to find a replacement, and that it did not happen like, I don't know, like 6 weeks ago, you
Yes.
know,
It's not a
because
shock.
David, exactly. So David Alaba is such an important player, but he will be there, right? I think he will be like David Beckham.
Yes, in the World Cup. You know your
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know your stuff. He'll be there on the
yeah,
coaching staff.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Yes.
So I think
Hopefully
he
he'll
will be
just get
there
his shirt ready
to
just in case. He could be the 26th player just in case is free for 10 minutes in a game, which would be fun.
yeah,
About
yeah.
killing
So
Mbappe. The first game of the tournament is against France as well, so they've got a very tough time ahead of them.
oh, that, yeah, yeah. But then they had the hardest game already, you
Yes.
know, and then let's see what they, you know, maybe they use a France game to learn a little bit and to maybe when they have when they're lucky, maybe it's a 1-1, you know,
Maybe. Maybe, maybe.
maybe.
So, our
Yeah.
best Austrian player,
Oh yeah,
one,
one.
two, three, Marcel Sabitzer.
Zabitzer.
Yes.
Yay
There we go.
again.
Lovely.
Woo.
Incredible
Yeah.
because he's been an unbelievable player in the Bundesliga for so many years
Yeah.
at RB Leipzig, Bayern München,
Mhm.
Borussia Dortmund this season. He came on loan to Manchester United last season. He
Yeah,
was
last
brilliant.
season, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Very
Yeah.
fun player to watch. And for me, they play him more advanced than Borussia Dortmund do. So he's more of an attacking midfielder. He can run on the wing if he needs to. He's good at set pieces and he's great at long range shooting too. So he's got more
Hmm.
ability than a lot of people give him credit for as well. So Marcel Sabitzer, I'm very happy that we're going to see hopefully the best of him in this team as well, which would be great. And
Yeah.
on to yeah, there's no one else I wanted to mention about Austria at all. It's just Sabitzer. How about yourself? What would you agree with?
Me too, Zabitzer. I think he had a great time in Leipzig. That's already some years ago, obviously. Then he went to Munich,
Yes.
where he wasn't that good anymore. That's, I guess, was also the reason he came to Manchester, right? Because
Yes.
yeah, Bayern did not really know how to work with him anymore. But when he came to you, he how do you say in English? In Germany, we say he had like a second spring. Do you know what it
Um,
means?
Sieg Olsen expressed himself. Sieg Olsen.
What?
He expressed himself. I said Sieg Olsen?
No, no. He was like newborn, maybe.
Newborn. Yeah.
Yeah, when he came to Manchester, and this
Neugenborn is how you say it? New
newborn, Neugeboren. Yeah,
Neugenborn. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Newborn.
yeah, you know. And this
Re-energized.
season, it, exactly, and this season in
Dortmund.
in Dortmund, especially the Champions League season
Yes.
was just amazing. The final and also the semi final was what he did a great job, but the final, what he did there and with Mats Hummels together, we have to talk about Mats Hummels very, very, very fast.
Go
I'm
for it.
shocked that he's not in the team because he
Robin
had a
Koch is in the team. Anton's in the squad. I don't get
yeah.
that.
I do
Four
not
goalkeepers as
understand
well. Four
exactly.
goalkeepers.
I do not understand because Mats Hummels, yes, he's old, like Luka Modric,
He's a
but
really good footballer, though. As a defender, he can play the
exactly,
ball so well. His
exactly,
passing's fantastic.
yeah. So
Reads
I
the
do
game
not
so well.
understand why Nagelsmann didn't pick him. But okay. So, but Marcel Sabitzer and Hummels together, and also with Nico Schlotterbeck in Dortmund, it was amazing. He did a great job. He was just kicking everyone away who tried to, you know.
So good
Yeah.
to watch him come back as well at 37, 38 years old. Unbelievable to see, which is great. Right then, Group E. Group
Wait
E.
a moment. Wait a moment. My AirPods. Just one is still working because I don't have enough. But is it fine still for you?
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Which should be good.
Okay.
Group E, this will be the
Um.
easiest group because we can just talk about players that we've
No,
not
wait,
heard.
wait. Poland is missing.
Poland, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, Robert Lewandowski.
I did. It's too easy to say Lewandowski. That's why I didn't pick Lewandowski.
I love it. Fantastic. Where are we going for where are we going for Poland for you?
Yeah, I just picked another one. I just picked Swiderski. I don't know how to pronounce him.
You're picking a player you don't know how to say his name. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce. Karol Swiderski from Verona. Yeah.
Oh, you're going wayward. Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
totally I cannot explain why I picked him, but I just wanted to pick something different than Lewandowski because it's too obvious.
That's okay.
Mbappe in
I like
France
it.
is obvious,
I like your
but
food. I like it.
Lewandowski is so it's too easy to pick him.
No,
That's
that's
why I
fair.
just wanted to pick something different. But I can't explain why.
No, I like it. It's absolutely fine because you got Zielinski who plays for Napoli. You've got Zalewski who plays
Yeah.
for Roma. Kiwior who plays for Arsenal. Got Matty Cash who plays for Aston Villa. But straightforward, Robert Lewandowski, the greatest Polish footballer of all time. So I'll be the boring one for this one here, Carolina, and you can happily go for the one that we
Yeah,
can
but
watch out for,
yeah.
which will be fun.
Yeah.
I'm now
Yeah.
going to keep an eye on him as well because he'll be the strike partner for Lewandowski. And every time he does something, I'll be like, Caroline told me he's gonna do well this
Yeah.
tournament.
She just picked randomly one.
She knew who she was talking about.
It was just luck, but yeah, obviously I knew.
She definitely knew. She was educating our audience. Like, you don't know about this player. He will be top scorer for Poland this tournament, which would be great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Group E, Belgium, Ukraine, Romania, and Slovakia. So Belgium, nice and easy. We're going to go for the biggest team first in the group, respectively. They were one of the best teams in European football over the last couple of years, but now their golden generation is diminishing. They're all old now, and we've got some great players and some world-class players in this team. So, one.
Oh, do you know
two,
what? Wait.
Wait.
I did not pick anyone. I
Oh
see it right
no.
now.
Oh no.
I forgot. Oh no.
Belgium was too easy for you. You were like, oh, it's fine. I'll think of
Wait,
someone.
I have to Google the squad again.
Oh no.
So I no, too stupid for me.
Too easy for you. You can't go for the easy people.
Okay, we have Christian. Okay, we have. But it's different. It's difficult. Yeah, but I mean, I can go with the obvious one.
Let's see if we go for the same obvious one as well, which would be fun. All right then. Ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Great. 1, 2, 3. Romelu
De
Lukaku.
Bruyne.
There we go.
Okay.
It was always going to be different because Lukaku is the
I was
greatest
between
striker.
Lukaku and De Bruyne. Yeah.
No, that's good. I like it. I like it. For me, De Bruyne hasn't turned up enough for Belgium like he has done for Manchester City because he hasn't got the quality around him and he doesn't create
Yeah.
enough chances for me or scores enough of recent years. He did it really well in the World Cup in 2018 when he had Hazard, he had Fellaini, he had Vertonghen and company in the team. Now it's just him and Lukaku as the top players in the squad. And for me, Lukaku is the greatest striker in Belgian history, all-time goal scorer. He plays at a different team every year. I forget how many clubs he's played for. He played for Man United at the time as well, but I think Belgium are obvious favourites for this group. What do you think, Caroline?
Um, yeah, Belgium. I mean, a long time ago, Belgium was like the dark horse. You
They were
know,
the dark horse of
Belgium
every tournament. They might still be the dark horse for this tournament.
exactly of every tournament. They're always like, oh, this can be a special one. This can be,
Watch
the
out for
surprise
Belgium.
team.
Watch out
Yeah,
for Belgium. They'll do it.
yeah.
They'll do
Watch
it.
out for Belgium. And they never really proved what they are able to do. Maybe,
They never
and
built on their experiences. They always just kept finishing
exactly.
semi-finals, quarterfinals, round of 16. They never built on what they were
Yeah.
doing,
So they
really.
have very, very good players, like you said. For example, like De Bruyne. But on the national team, a lot of them do not show what they really can do.
For me, it's more
For
like
example,
Lukaku plays
De
better
Bruyne.
for
Yeah.
his national team than he does for his clubs because he plays for a new club every single season. Chelsea, Roma, Man United, Everton, West Brom. Who's the other team he played for? Inter Milan, of course, as well. But for Belgium, he's always been consistent. It's just the last time he played at the World Cup, he was injured, and everyone made fun of him for missing so many chances against Croatia, but he shouldn't have been on the pitch anyway because he was injured and it made no sense. So Lois Openda, maybe we may see more of him after having a fantastic season for RB Leipzig. So we could see Lois Openda and Lukaku playing with Kevin De
Yeah.
Bruyne, which would be great fun to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right then,
You're
Slovakia.
right.
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Yeah.
I've
I
got
have the
one in
same
mind.
problem.
All I have
I
is
have the
one.
same problem.
I have
I
one
forgot
player.
to pick. I forgot to pick. So
Oh no.
I'm still
We,
ah
we are professionals here, ladies and gentlemen listening. We do know who we're picking. She's only doing it for dramatic
no.
purposes.
Okay, yeah, I just take
That's okay. You ready?
yeah.
One,
Uh,
two, three. Milan Skriniar.
Lobotka.
Nice. That's a good pick. I like that one. That's
I
really
just did
good.
it spontaneously, watching again. Yeah,
Nah, Lobotka, fantastic player. Pretty sure he's been playing for Napoli for a few years now as well. It's great to
yeah,
see what it's like because you've got someone who's won the Serie A last season for Napoli and he's finally getting his chance to shine moving forward. So there is a
yeah.
player
That's what.
who's
Yeah,
sorry, you were
that's
going to say
why I picked. No, yeah, that's why I picked him just spontaneously. Yeah,
definitely. You knew exactly
I saw
about him.
Napoli and I was yeah, I take him.
Skriniar. There's also a player for Slovakia called David Hanko, who is very good for Feyenoord this season, and he's going to have a lot of people looking at him over the summer for his quality as well, which would be fantastic to see. So, yeah, Slovakia have done very well. Now we're on to Romania. So, Romania, this is going to be fun because this is a team that I know absolutely nothing about, and I'm not afraid to say
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So that makes two of us.
Yeah, yeah. For
Right
me,
then.
it's for me in general, a lot of teams from Eastern Europe, like Romania, Slovakia, Serbia, Albania. You know, for me, I don't know much about, especially right now, Romania. I had to Google some players, and um, so um, yeah, I look,
Three.
I found wait. I found players. They are from Uniwersytetea Krajowa,
Yes.
Raków Częstochowa,
I bet they have a
Al
great atmosphere at their
Okrut.
stadium.
So, yeah, it's for me a dark horse as well. I don't know. I don't know.
That's okay. I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna. I think they're gonna be finishing fourth in their group. I hope I'm proved wrong. But for me, I've got my player. Have you got your player?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm prepared.
One, two, three. Yanis Hadji.
Pushkas.
Pushkas. I like that. Yanis
Yeah.
Hadji is the son of the great Romanian player Georgi Hadji, and I'm thinking after Georgi Hadji was one of the greatest players of all time for Romania, maybe his son can inspire them to greatness at their second Euros since the 2016, well, Euros, I think. So it's going
Yeah.
to be fun to see how he does as well. Who did you pick? Because I've never heard of him before in my life.
I just picked him because I read that he already netted like 11 times for
Nice.
Romania. So he's the second highest goal scorer in the squad.
Fantastic.
That was my research. So I was like,
Very
okay, let's take
extensive,
him.
very thorough research there, Caroline. I love it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So, and maybe because we don't know about them,
We
they
can learn
may
more about them.
cause a surprise, and we can learn more about them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Final team in the
Yeah.
group, Ukraine. Ukraine have got a player. There's a few players. I'm happy with Ukraine. So I've got my Ukrainian player. How about yourself? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Fantastic. One, two, three. Artem Dovbyk.
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko. Nice. It's going to be good. It's been
What
good
what is
for us.
yours?
Artem Dovbyk, the striker who got Girona into the Champions League after scoring so many goals this season. 26
Yeah,
goals and
yeah,
8
yeah.
assists.
Oh, yeah. That's a good pick.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
only got a
Okay.
40 million euro release clause as well, so he could be part of a bidding war this summer for top teams around European football, which will be great. So, yeah, they're good players for Ukraine, and I think Ukraine can finish solidly second in this group as well. I think
I
they'll be,
also think they could be second, or they should be, in comparison with Romania and Slovakia. They
yes,
should be second,
I,
actually, with the quality they have. Yeah.
I think so too. They've got good quality. They shouldn't lose. They've got a lot to prove in this tournament as well, which would be fantastic to see. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's Group E done. And finally, we're on to Group F. Oh,
Yes.
Turkey, Portugal, Georgia,
What's wrong with
and
me? I didn't pick for Turkey.
and
Oh no,
Czech
I have,
Republic
I
as
have,
well.
I have, I have, I have, I have. I
You
just,
sure?
yeah, I have.
Okay,
Yeah, 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 I have.
let's go
Oh,
to Turkey first. Let's go to Turkey first because with Turkey as well, they have a lot of Turkish players that play for different countries around. So you've got Turkish players
mm-hmm.
that play for Germany, play for Netherlands, play in Scandinavia. So we're going to see some of these players who are actually playing for their native country, which would be fantastic for me to see because they've got a lot of talent here as well. So here we go. Best Turkish player in one, two, three. Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Adagula.
Oh,
Oh,
I
you
like
have,
this
you have
one. Go on, pronounce it. Hakan
Chana, Chanan,
Çalhanoğlu.
Chanhanoglu.
Çalhanoğlu.
Chan, Han, Oglu.
Yes,
Chalanoglu.
Çalhanoğlu.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Excellent.
that was my second pick. Yeah.
Arda Güler's an incredible Real Madrid youngster who's scored a lot
It,
of goals
yeah.
already, created so many chances. They've got a lot of good attacking players in this team. They've got Kenan Yildiz
Mhm.
from Juventus. Çalhanoğlu was fantastic at Bayern Leverkusen and Schalke, if I remember correctly. They've got a good team. They've got a very good team. It's just about if they can get through this group because in the last Euros, everyone basically a lot of people were saying Turkey would be a good dark horse to watch, but they didn't even pass the group stages and they were very, very disappointing at the time. So yeah, Turkey, really well done with that one as well. Ooh, Czech Republic. Fun.
Czech, wait, I have to, the Czech Republic. Okay.
I've
Mm-hmm.
I've got an obvious one for Czech Republic. So hopefully I have a feeling we may have the same one for this one. So one, two, three, Patrick Schick.
Patrick Schick.
There we go.
Yay! Again,
Lovely.
again. Great.
One of the greatest goals of all time in the European Championships was at Hampden Park, Scotland versus Czech Republic. Was it Scotland versus Czech Republic? I need to check. Schick goal Euros. Match day one. Yes, it was. Patrick Schick's amazing long-range effort from the halfway line at Hampden Park. One of the greatest goals we've ever seen in European Championship history. He's got that iconic celebration that he always does with his muscles, or he does it with his hands on his ears as well. I love him. I love him so much that when I went to Munich and I watched Bayern Leverkusen play, he threw his shirt at me, and then an angry Leverkusen fan took it off me and threw it back at him because they drew, and they were like 15th in the table at the time.
What?
It was before Xabi Alonso came in as manager, and I was distraught. I was complaining. I was saying to the security guards, to the police, I was like, "Can I get that shirt? Because it was for me." He threw it to me because he loves me. But he got his Bundesliga title this season. He got his DFB Pokal. Patrick Schick is one of the most underrated strikers at the European Championships for this summer, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him shine alongside his Bayern Leverkusen teammate Adam Hoslik as well. What do you think about that, Caroline?
I I took both of them, like you said, Patrick
Excellent.
Schick and Adam. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Hoslik.
Hoslik, yeah, Adam Hoslik.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I have to come with a Leverkusen uh, point I already had with the other players. It was such a good. Well, maybe what what I'm thinking about is right now. They did a very very good job on Leverkusen
Yes.
all together. Let's see if they can do it without the others in their national teams. You
I
know?
agree. It'll be a different
Uh-huh.
system, different players, different style of
Exactly.
play,
Yeah.
and they'll both be
So,
strikers, but they'll have less opportunities,
mhm,
I reckon, which will be slower
yeah.
pace than what we're used to seeing with Bayer Leverkusen. Um, Unterschätzen, underrated.
Unterschätzen. Yeah, underrated.
Unterschätzen.
Hmm.
That may
Yeah.
be my best pronunciation so far of German,
Yeah,
which
it
is
was
great.
good. It was very good. Yeah.
Apart from Dankeschön, Dankeschön is like easy for me.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's easy. That
it's
everyone can say
it's true. Non-German people can say it so easily as well. Georgia.
that.
Georgia's first international tournament, their first major
Yes.
tournament. I'm really excited to see them. And I'm really excited to see some of these incredible young players. Because, like we said about Hungary and Albania, they're a young team
Hmm.
in terms of international pedigree, international tournaments. They're very young for as well. So, for me, there's only one man I'm looking forward to seeing in this Georgian national team that I
And
believe
that's
can shine.
one, two.
Yeah, go on. You can say it.
Yeah. I count.
You can count by all means.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Kavica
Fischer
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Lovely pronunciation. Unbelievable player. He was really good this season individually for Napoli, but the season before
Hmm.
when he first came into European football, unbelievable talent, young talent, so good on the ball, amazing dribbler, has a bit of swagger, a bit of persona about him as well. I'm looking forward to see how he can be, just like with Gareth Bale back in 2016, they're shining light in this team. He's not
Yes.
world class yet. He's not amazing like Gareth Bale was in 2016, but he can still lead this team somewhere, maybe a third place position in this group as well, because they've got a tough group ahead of them. And I think Georgia can surprise a few of these teams in the group. What do you think?
Yeah. Georgia is, well, yeah, like you said, they have this one superstar
Yes.
and the second superstar, the coach, Willy Sagnol. That's very, for me, that's
Former
very
former
interesting. That
Bayern Munich and former France right
yes,
back. Yeah.
that's and yeah, a former France. Did he win something with France? No, but I mean,
Did he win the Euros with France in 2000? I'll have to let me
did he
Google that.
win? Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah,
Willy
but
Sagnol.
doesn't matter. He was a big player, obviously, for France. And yeah, they have this one superstar, or maybe the second one on the bench.
Yes.
And Kvaratskhelia, he is more or less, I guess, the only one who already showed on a big stage what he's able to do, that he's very talented. He has the experience to be on a big stage. He won't be nervous, he
He
won't
will
be.
embrace it.
Mhm,
All eyes
exactly.
from Georgia
So,
will be on him, and all eyes from the world when watching Georgia will be
mhm,
on him, and he'll love it.
yeah, yeah. But the question is if he can handle this. But I think because he already did with Napoli, he can be fine being this superstar and with all eyes on him. Yeah.
Absolutely. The way I'm looking, also with Willy Sagnol, he didn't win an international trophy with France, but he won the Bundesliga 5 times and the Champions League once with Bayern Munich, and he won the
Okay.
League
Yeah.
1
Hmm.
once with Monaco as well. So he's not done it at international level, but he's done it a lot at club level as well. And he won 2
Hmm.
Confederation Cups with France. That's when I remember him starting. Maybe it was Lilian Thuram.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Still
It's
a big player for France, nevertheless, which was great. Last but not least, definitely not least, one of my favorites for the
Portugal.
tournament, Portugal.
Yeah.
Oh, Portugal. So many
I
amazing
tell you
players.
right now, I'm not going for the obvious again. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. If you don't want to go for Pepe, if you don't want to go for Bernardo Silva, that's absolutely fine. I'm not sure who you mean by obvious, but we're going to find out who we're going with this one as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Bruno Fernandes.
Virginia.
Vitinha, I like it.
Yeah,
Cristiano
Fernandez is
Ronaldo was
also
the
good.
obvious choice, as we both avoided him.
Exactly.
Both
And
obvious.
and for me, I have to say, I do not pick Ronaldo because he's old already. Yes, he's still good, but he's good in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi
You are
Arabia.
ageist. You are ageist here, Caroline. Modric, you don't like him
No,
because it's
I
old.
mean, come on.
Lewandowski, Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I always say they're old.
Hummels. Actually, no, Hummels you
Hummels.
supported, to be
No,
fair. You like
Hummels.
Hummels.
I supported Hummels a lot. No,
Yes.
look, for me, breaking records in Saudi Arabia is not breaking records.
It's still breaking records to an extent because they have to be broken somewhere, right? It's like how everyone goes on
Yeah,
about
but
Lionel
I mean,
Messi doing it in the USA. It doesn't mean much, but it still means something to them. With Saudi Arabia, it
yeah,
means something to
but
them.
it's not a record everyone is interested in. Do you know what I mean?
I think the main one with Ronaldo is the fact that it's going to be his another tournament, and he started playing in 2004. That's a big record as well. 2004 Euros, World
Yeah,
Cup, Euros, World Cup, Euros, World Cup, Euros,
yeah.
2024. I counted really well there. Hey, so many incredible
This is
tournaments,
even
two
a
decades
bigger
long.
record for me. This is even a bigger record than breaking a goal record or something in Saudi Arabia. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because for me,
So
Cristiano
and
Ronaldo is the greatest Portuguese player of all time, better than Eusebio, Luis Figo. Incredible for what he's done for the country, winning the Euros in
yes.
2016. But it's just about, I've been saying it all summer long so far. If he starts, if he plays well, if, like I mentioned about Alexander Mitrovic being the captain for Serbia, can they still translate it from Saudi Arabia to Portugal? Because during AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, Sadio Mane, Riyad Mahrez, Mendy, the players who went to Saudi Arabia, they were not at their top level. They weren't at the quality like that we saw them previously in the Premier League when they were
Mhm.
unbelievable. So now it's just down to them if they can perform at the European level once again. That's why I've not put him as my top player to watch, but an amazing player
Yeah.
nevertheless.
Of course, he was one of the best players ever.
Yes.
Um, he still is a very good player, but yeah, I think there are already better players also in the national team. You know,
Vitinha,
not
talk
just
to me.
because he's old.
No, I don't want you being ageist anymore. Our older listeners won't like listening to this back as well, which is fun. But talk to me about Vitinha. Talk to me about what you've loved about him this season for Paris Saint-Germain and for Portugal too.
Yeah, because I think he just did a yeah. I don't know. I just picked him because he did a good season or seasons, you have to say,
Yes.
already. You know, and but I have to say I was choosing between Joao Felix, Diogo Jota, Rafael Leao, Vitinha. I couldn't choose
Ruben
because
Neves, Ruben Diaz.
exactly for me in Portugal it's for me hard to decide if you not if you not pick the obvious like Ronaldo, you know,
Yes.
because they are all on this on more or less the same level. Obviously, maybe Joao Felix did not have the best season, you know, but he's still one of the greatest players they have. So,
Absolutely.
um, so that was for me. And then at the end, I was like, okay, I take Vitinha,
Go for
you
this
know?
one. Lovely. For
Yeah.
me, I'm going
So,
for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has been incredible this season for Manchester United in a not so incredible team. He's
yeah.
created the most chances of anyone in the Premier League, and his assist to Kobe Menu for the winner in the FA Cup final will go down as one of the greatest assists in FA Cup history. Now it's time for him to turn it up for Portugal because he has
Mhm.
an embarrassment of riches for attacking teammates. So he's got, like we mentioned, Leao, Felix, Bernardo Silva, Jota, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gonzalo Ramos. And for me, I think Bruno Fernandes has it all to play for in this tournament as well. So,
How
yeah,
old
Bruno,
is he?
29 years old, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's not, yeah, he has his best time right now from the age. Yeah.
good. I was making sure you weren't saying something ageist there, Caroline. So I'm like,
No,
oh
no, no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no. I did
that's it.
not.
Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. It's
No,
all good.
yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, he was one of my on my list as well, actually, when I was because yeah, like I told you, um, Portugal and France for me are
Favorites.
teams where it's yeah where it is very very difficult to pick just one because everyone is just amazing, you
Yes,
know, um, and everyone can be the difference. Everyone can be the next superstar or is already a superstar, you know?
absolutely.
Um, it's more or less For me, I guess the first time that is it the first time, but yeah, close to the first time, that Portugal has so many superstars and not the one superstar with Ronaldo like they had all the years before. It was always Ronaldo and no one cared about the rest of them because it was always Cristiano Ronaldo. And now we're on a point that there are more superstars than there is just one that's Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is his
And that's,
legacy, inspiring
yeah,
the next generation. And you've got players who are 17 and 18 years old in the squad, and then you've got players who are 41 and 39, which goes to show that age gap is ridiculously big. They could be their father, for goodness sake, and still playing in this team, which is incredible. I'm thinking about it like that as well,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
great. But what's also great is we've completed the European Championships.
Wow.
Best
Yeah.
player. Really
So
well
what
done to
do
you.
you think at the end, who will be the best player of the tournament?
Oh, this is my question to you, but it's like you've looked at my notes here,
Oh.
Karen. I had three questions, so I'll ask them to you, but I'll answer them as well because it'll be fun. I had who's going to be the top scorer, who's going to be the best player,
Mhm.
and who's going to win. So to answer your first question, Caroline, the best player at the tournament for the European Championships for me will be, and I'm going to be biased here, I think it's going to be Kylian Mbappe. I think this is his
Yeah,
tournament. I think he's going to have a
me
lot
too.
to do
Hmm.
in this group. I want to say Harry Kane. I want to say Jude Bellingham, but I can't look past Kylian Mbappe with this French team and especially what he's achieved for France in the international tournaments. How about yourself? Kylian Mbappe as well?
I'm going with Mbappe as well because I think to be the best player of the tournament, you have to be come very far as well. And I think France is going to be to the final. And so he obviously has all the games to show what he's able to do and that he can score goals and do his game, what he's doing. I also could go, for example, Florian Wirtz from Germany,
Lovely. I like it. Fantastic.
but to be the best player of the tournament, like I said, you have to come far. And I'm not sure if we are going that far. I hope for the quarterfinals. Um,
I think you can get to the semi-finals. My personal prediction, I think it's going to be England versus Germany in the final, Kroos versus
and
Bellingham. But
ooh,
this was
okay.
before the squad that got announced recently. So
So till yesterday, and now you changed your
yeah, now
mind.
I've changed again, which is great. So I'm not too sure,
Okay,
maybe.
so we're going with Mbappe both.
Mbappe.
Yeah,
Who's going to be the top scorer of the European Championship for you? Who's going to score the most goals?
Mbappe as well, I think.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
I think it will be Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane will score the most goals. I think mostly because he's got an easier group. In respect to the Netherlands and
Yeah,
Austria to Kylian Mbappe, and also with France, they have a lot more quality in attack than England. So it can be Marcus Thuram, Griezmann,
hmm,
Olivier Giroud too, as well. So there's more to come from France than
that's
England
right.
in terms of goal scoring. But I think Kane for me will
Yeah,
score a bit more as well. Finally,
I agree. I agree what you say, but um, for me, the top scorer as well has to come far. And I think when you say England is maybe out in the quarterfinals, Mbappe will be in the final with France, so he has two more games to score. You
yes.
know,
But it's like
so
with Kane
and
going to the
maybe
semi-finals of the Champions League and he got
yeah,
knocked out before the final. So it could be something like that as well, which we'll have to wait
yeah.
and see with as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing both of them shine. Finally, Caroline, who's going to win the European Championships for you?
Yeah, like I said already, it will be France, I guess, with
Not
Mbappe.
Germany. Not Germany.
No, no,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. I mean, I really hope, of course, but I don't see us winning. I hope we're coming to the quarterfinal, maybe semifinals when everything is working out and going well. But no, I don't think that we can get the title here. No.
No worries. That's all good. I'm going
What do
to
you
say
think?
I'm going to say Portugal. I'm going to say Portugal are going to win the
Portugal.
Euros.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice. Okay.
I think it would be a good change of quality because they've got an easy group in respect. They've got also an easy round of 16. They've got the quality and the strength and depth in their squad too. So I think they've got a lot to play for in the European Championships, and I think they'll have a lot more motivation, especially with some of these players like Pepe, Ronaldo, who are old, and it's going to be probably their final European Championship. So I think this is their time where I think they will show the world that they're actually very, very good. And
Yeah.
Roberto Martinez is a good international coach too, so we're going to have to wait and see what he does at this tournament. So, which should be good fun.
Do you know if it's possible to have France Portugal in the final because of the
Yeah,
tree?
yeah, yeah.
No,
So
it's
Portugal,
possible.
if Portugal win all of these groups, I'm sorry to our audio listeners, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm looking at my
Yeah,
thing.
I
So
see. Yeah,
Portugal goes all the way here. France can go
yeah.
all the way here. Then they meet in the final.
Oh, okay,
So they
okay.
can, if they both finish first of their group and then they continue to win their
Yeah,
knockout games.
okay. Yeah. I mean, that would be a good final.
Yeah. For me, I'm thinking England there, Germany there, meet in the final. That's what I was thinking of as well. I'm doing my homework here, Caroline. I'm doing my homework, which is fantastic.
You did well. You did well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I forgot 3 times to pick. I had to do something spontaneously.
I like it. That's what's made you such a great character on German football and German media, which is amazing to see. And what's also been amazing to see is how much energy, exuberance, and quality you brought to our podcast today. So I wanted to say thank you very much for your time and for your efforts today. We've gone over our normal allotted time, but it's been so much fun. I couldn't care less because you're such a joy to speak with about football as well, which is fantastic. And before I
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Before I let you go and say thank you once again, I just wanted to say, where are you going to be watching the Euros? Is it going to be in the studio? Is it going to be in the stadium? Is it going to be at home? Is it going to be all of the three? Where are you spending it? For your home
Um,
Euros as well in Germany.
I will be in Berlin.
Lovely.
I think I will be watching at home. I will be watching maybe outside in the city, you know.
Yes.
I probably will be working some days when the German team is playing, so I probably will be in the fan zone.
Yes.
Um, so and yeah, and let's see, maybe in the stadium, but still now I'm not I'm not yeah, I don't have to work in the stadium right now, but let's see if something happens or if I get the chance maybe to be there. You're going to Düsseldorf and to
Hold on.
Cologne. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll be fun. It'll be very enjoyable. But everyone, thank you very much for listening. Do find Caroline's social medias in our description below, and do catch her on her shows that she records weekly, daily as well, which would be absolutely fantastic. Everyone, thank you very much for listening. Enjoy the European Championships, and let's see who's going to win come the 14th of July, which will be great fun indeed. Take care, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Mhm.